After so much speculation, so many leaks, so many videos, so many dangerous amounts of copium being consumed about Season 5 being the greatest season for this game. So, does it live up to all that anticipation and speculation? Let's find out. From the top, Extraction Mode, which is pretty much just stripped from Halo 4 and put into Halo Infinite's sandbox. You find the one objective, you hold E or whatever button you have bound to interact, and you defend while the timer ticks down. Pretty simple. It should be pretty fun for a while. With all the tools Halo Infinite has, I imagine there will be a 24/7 playlist for this mode. I'm not sure if it's something I would play a lot of. I will probably just default back to squad battle eventually. However, I do hope they add a big team battle version of this mode. That is something I could see them doing later this season. Next up are Flood cosmetics. Now, I saw that thumbnail, dude, and I was like, yeah, no, it's probably just cosmetics. I doubt the Flood are making a return in Halo Infinite. And I'd say I sort of hit the mark, which isn't necessarily bad. I'm just wondering how much of this is earnable, and how much do you want in exchange for my credit card information? I know it's a free-to-play game, but you know, it's Halo. I wish everything was earnable like it used to be. Regardless, they look alright from what I've seen. I can't exactly judge it since I can't get a good look at it until the season is out. I'm also wondering if this is the extent of the Flood for Halo Infinite, because I've always wanted these disgusting freaks to return to Halo, so hopefully this isn't it. 2 new maps for Arena. Let's look at Prism. From what I've seen, it looks pretty. I do like the Blamite, you know, the stuff in those needler guns. I like that there's an interactive mechanic with some of them, and just that this whole map is a mine full of these things. Forbidden looks alright, but I'd say Prism is the one that looks the most unique to me, and one I have the most interest in personally. I obviously can't give an opinion on how these maps feel gameplay wise because I wasn't blessed with early access, but we'll find out eventually. Now, those were, I'd say, the weakest of Halo Infinite's Season 5 reveal. Now we're going to talk about the real heavy hitters, the things that will have a long-lasting impact on Halo Infinite's future. Campaign AI is coming to Forge mode. That is really big. I'm obviously not a Forge wizard. If Forge is as powerful as everyone says it is, and I believe them, I can't begin to imagine the kind of things these psychos will create, and I mean that in a nice way. I can even see 343 adding some of these creations to the playlist side by side with their Whoops, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. We gotta go down the list first. Battle Pass experience in custom games. Holy crap, this is huge, and I really do mean it. Being able to play literally anything to earn experience from the Battle Pass, like, that's pretty freaking huge. The custom games in Halo Infinite in terms of population are not what you'd expect from a Forge mode that's apparently the best version of Forge Halo has ever had. I'd say most of that came from not being able to interact with the progression system, but it seems like they've taken a step towards resolving that problem. Keep in mind though, the wording is important because it says Battle Pass experience, not your career progression. I'm a little bit concerned about that. It would suck if we couldn't play towards career progression in custom games. I'm going to assume if it's only Battle Pass experience, they'll eventually add your score from custom games to your career rank. Hopefully not too long though. Helmets will now be cross-core. Jesus, dude, I expected helmet attachments first, not like all the helmets. Obviously a much needed change, especially if you're a maniac who can't stomach using anything but one stupid helmet. You can allegedly use it on all the other armor cores. That's fantastic, and sooner than I expected. Master Chief Kit is the hero rank reward. I think that's quite the suitable reward for reaching the max rank in Halo Infinite. I do hope they still add more rewards to career ranks because right now it's just nameplates, emblems, and John Halo. Also, I'm not sure if this is confirmation that we aren't getting Chief's armor design as an armor core. That would be a bit disappointing, but you know, we'll see. Now I'm jumping ahead here, but while on the topic of armor cores, who the hell is that nerd in the frame, like in the middle right? Don't look at me. I don't know what the hell this means. It could be a kit or actually a combat evolved armor core dropping mid-season. Most likely a kit, but who the hell knows? Not on launch though, which is a bit unfortunate. It will drop most likely mid-season along with other updates. But hey, I expected Firefight to happen in season 6 or 7, so I'm quite pleased I missed the mark. Granted, I wouldn't say it's anything impressive. It is just Firefight mode copy and pasted from Halo Reach into Halo Infinite's sandbox, but I'm taking everything into account here because we got custom game experience progression, campaign AI, and a Firefight mode / playlist on the way. I can see 343 adding some well-made community Firefight modes into their playlist, and if they don't, you can probably find them yourselves and still earn experience without needing to use the playlist system. That's big. We are getting much more closer to the play whatever you want and get rewarded feel that I've been wanting from the game for a while now. We're just missing Match Composer. That's it. That's the only piece I'd say that's missing from this vision being fully realized. This is what I would say I'm looking forward to the most over just playing 343's King of the Hill Firefight. I hope you can understand why I said these things will be integral to Halo Infinite's future. Those are some really huge things to add to the game. And that's it for the trailer reveal. But we're not done just yet. There is one thing to mention that wasn't featured in the trailer because it's on Halo Waypoint. Battle passes and event battle passes are getting some changes. Whip out those reading glasses. We got some things to go over. Oh wait, there's a TLDR right here, never mind. But what kind of content creator would I be if I didn't go through this entire post? Battle passes are getting cut in half. Instead of 100 tiers, it will now be 50. This is meant to streamline and ensure better quality when you get a new tier, which was something I wanted because the battle passes we've been getting were very bloated. A lot of tiers just didn't feel rewarding at all. Getting one shoulder piece one tier and the other in the next tier always annoyed me so much, along with all the XP boosts and the challenge swaps. Same with getting one coding for one weapon core or armor core. Like, thanks dude, we're totally not padding this battle pass out. But that's apparently getting resolved as it says right here, but of course we don't know what's in the battle pass yet, so judgment on quality will come later. Oh, and out of those 50 tiers, only the first 20 is going to be free, and the cutoff date happens about 1 month into the season. That means if you didn't get those 20 tiers, you'll be locked out of earning them sooner than expected unless you cough up some credits. I don't particularly like that. That's definitely some free-to-play scummy engagement tactics right there. I don't see a problem with just allowing free-to-play players to have the entire season to earn 20 tiers. I'm just saying. Otherwise, everything remains relatively the same. The premium pass will still only cost you 1,000 credits. If you save those precious credits from last season's battle pass like you should have, you can get this new one when it drops. That seems like something they don't plan on changing, which is good. I like the idea that it only costs $20 to eventually earn all the content and all the battle passes. That's about all the money I spent on this game, believe it or not. Event battle passes are dead. Not really, they're just going to be called operations. An issue they chose to highlight was that they were too short-lived, which makes sense, but I mean, to be more specific, my biggest issues with them was that the FOMO sucked. I hate that they expire. I didn't like that nearly all of them didn't have like a playlist or mode that matched the theme of the event, which was probably a result of there being too many events. So what are they changing? Think of it like this. Whenever these operations happen, they are just events but times 2. Instead of event battle passes having 10 tiers, it's going to be 20. Instead of 5 of them possibly happening per season, we're getting only 2 of them. Instead of 2 weeks to complete the whole thing, it's going to be either 4 or 6. They aren't sure yet. They're still going to be free, and instead of challenges being required to unlock the tiers, it will be match experience instead. That's great, because I was worried you'd only be able to unlock like 10 tiers once a week since it was challenge based, and we only got like 10 challenges per week. I'd say these are all good changes, especially if it ensures better quality compared to previous events. However, here's something I'm not too pleased with. I wouldn't say it's a thing that will get like a lot of people up in arms, but it's a bit scummy. In the event you didn't complete the operation, or if you missed the whole thing, you'll have to cough up 500 credits to get access to that operations battle pass. Now that is dirty, dude. That's not what I wanted when I asked for events to never expire. That's hilarious. Please do not do this for previous events people missed because they rightfully uninstalled the game during the first month of season 1. I still want you to bring those back, but do not charge me for those, please. Make it free permanently. Also, guys, do not buy that 2k credit premium operation pass that unlocks the entire thing in one purchase. That's a scam. Don't do it. I can't believe these words are about to come out of my mouth, but you're better off buying something from the shop if you have an extra 1500 credits lying around. Buy the 500 one instead and play to unlock everything if you love the game so much. Anyway, that about wraps it up for battle passes and season 5 as a whole. Keep in mind this isn't everything because it's just a trailer and a post about the battle passes. There's definitely more things on the way, but this is what they've chosen to present to us as the main course for season 5, which is why we are judging it based off of that. So with that being said, how we feeling about season 5? I'll admit it because I don't plan on ever lying to myself or anyone about these things, regardless if it makes someone upset. I made a video recently talking about low expectations for season 5, and I'd say while I was correct on some things and incorrect on other things, I still stand by a lot of what I said. I do think it was pretty dangerous for people to hype up season 5 on top of compelling people to return to Halo Infinite before we got any confirmation from 343 themselves on what's coming in season 5, but I'm pretty happy that faith wasn't misplaced. Like, now would be an appropriate time to encourage people to try the game out compared to before. I do believe this reveal lived up to that anticipation, and as a matter of fact, it was better than I expected. Of course, you know, it would have been nice if most of these things were here on launch, you know, that has to be mentioned, along with the fact that it's still kind of easy to make these additions appear like massive W's because they are mostly just adding what shouldn't have been missing, along with addressing issues that people wanted fixed and resolved since the open beta. But credit where credit is due. I'm a bit impressed at the pace they are moving. It made me raise the bar a bit on them, which is good. I was ready to accept true cross-core customization as a possibility within like a year starting from season 4. I'm starting to think it might come way sooner now. The same can be said about many of my other requests. It really makes you wonder what the hell was everyone doing all those years when the game was being developed. Now we're getting actual meaningful content at a quickened pace, like within like 4 months starting from season 4. Just how bad was the management over there that they didn't want to produce any content for over a year and a half since launch day? Good lord. I'm kind of curious to see what this team can do in future seasons, as well as a future non-free-to-play monetized Halo game. Oh my god, is that hope I'm feeling right now? Is that the benefit of the doubt I sense? I've not felt that way about Halo for what feels like a decade, dude. I'm not used to this at all. I've been annoyed with this studio ever since the days of Halo 4, but we'll see what happens as time goes on. I'm feeling a shift in my attitude towards them. Please do not slow down and mess it up. I've always wanted to feel good about Halo again. Anyway, I'm looking forward to season 5. I'm looking forward to spending more time in it than my usual 2 hours once a week. I'm pretty happy I was wrong about some of the things I said, and I was always open to being wrong with my predictions. I gotta mention that because I'm sure there's someone out there that had the wrong idea about me and was like, you were wrong. How does it feel to be wrong about some of those things you said, you idiot? Feels pretty good, honestly, but not as good as people liking this video and subscribing to this channel. Oh my god, sorry. I don't know what came over me. Sorry, big apologies.